Pleased to say we're joined by Jeronimo Folgueira, who is CEO of Deezer. Great to have you with us this morning. I'll just get you to kind of add to that, those comments that we heard from I2PO earlier about Deezer not being so much about growth but about profitability. We know you're aiming for €1 billion by 2025. So how do you plan to get there?
Good morning. So we do have both. So we're having an acceleration of growth, but we're looking at profitable growth. So we're looking at growth that will also contribute to our bottom line and help us become break-even by 2024. The plan that we have is we closed last year with 400 million in revenues, and we have a very exciting partnership coming up with RTL in Germany, which is the largest music market in continental Europe. And that deal alone, we expect that will be a big catalyst for growth. We see a lot of growth this year as well, also on the back of some price optimization that we have been doing. And there's also a lot of growth on the market itself. Music streaming has been basically doubling in the last 5 years and will double again in the next 5.
And before we dive a bit deeper into the streaming market, Jeronimo, I just want to go through the mechanics of this deal a bit more. Why a Spac and why now?
So in our case, I think it's not so much about choosing a Spac, but choosing I2PO. I2PO not only help us bring cash, and it's the only Spac in Europe dedicated to entertainment and also Paris listed. We're a French company. We're very, very strong in France, where we have 30% market share. The bulk of our employees are also in France. So it made sense for us to go public on Euronext Paris. And the main reason to do deal with I2PO is that on top of the cash that they would bring, we get the access to all the expertise and network of the founders. So having the Pinot family, who are very well known for creating large global brands, and Iris Knobloch, that has been an outstanding executive in the media space for the last 25 years with Warner Bros, Time Warner, and Warner Media, plus Matthew Pigas. They can add a lot of value for us to execute our plan on top of the shareholders that we have today, like Access Industries, Orange, or the music labels.
Jeronimo, good morning. I can't help but pick up on the juxtaposition that there seems to be between the confidence that you are exuding when it comes to the outlook for streaming and what we heard from Netflix yesterday, which has really rocked the market. Netflix, for the first time in more than 10 years, lost subscribers over the quarter. And there's now a lot of debate around whether we're at peak subscription. Obviously, they are in TV and movie streaming, whereas you are in music streaming. But it does beg the question, are we at peak subscription? I'm curious your take.
Yeah, so that's an excellent question. I think there's really a difference between audio and music and video. When you look at the statistics and data, actually, people consume more hours of music streaming than video streaming. Partly because you can listen to music while you commute, while you work, while you do workouts. Pretty much all day long, you can be listening to music. So the consumption of music and music streaming is actually a lot higher than the consumption of video. Then if you look at the value for money, when you look at the video subscriptions, most people get 2 or 3 subscriptions, and they have been increasing prices regularly over the last years. So most people spend over 30 euros a month on all the video subscriptions, while with music, for basically around 10 euros, you get access to the entire catalog. So you need only one subscription, while in video you have multiple. And with one subscription for around 10 euros, which is still extremely cheap and much cheaper than Netflix, you get that. While in video, you have to pay a lot more to get a limited catalog. And if you look at the industry, how it has evolved, when Netflix started, they priced Netflix as less than half, I think, the price of music. And now they are, I think, almost 50% ahead of the pricing of music, just Netflix alone. So I think it's also a matter of value for money and pricing. And I think music still has a really long way to go.
Well, let's stick with that view then, that there is still a lot of room to grow with music streaming and that it's separate and different than video streaming. It's a pretty difficult industry when the main players include 2 of the biggest tech giants in the world in Apple and Amazon. And then, of course, you've got Spotify as well. How do you plan to take market share, and what are your ambitions when it comes to market share?
So Deezer is actually a large player in a couple of markets. So we're very strong in France, where we have about 30% market share. And we're very strong in Brazil, where in very few years we managed to steal market share and become the second player with about 17% market share. And we have done that because we have a really great product and we can compete head to head with the tech giants or Spotify. However, we're limited to those two core markets in terms of the scale, and we need to steal share by entering additional markets. And the way forward for us is to enter those markets through partnerships. We have signed a big partnership with RTL in Germany that will really help us steal market share in Germany very rapidly. Every subscriber of RTL Plus will have Deezer and access to the Deezer Music product inside of the RTL Plus included in the subscription. So every subscriber that RTL gets is a subscriber that Deezer will get. And we're looking for more partnerships. So we want to enter markets, but we want to enter markets with a partner. And at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is replicate the Apple and Amazon strategy, but with a partner. So our partners, they need to compete against Apple, Amazon, and Netflix. We need to compete against Apple, Amazon, and Spotify. We have a really outstanding music product, but we don't have the user base to cross-sell. Our partners, they have large user bases, but they don't have a music product. So together we can come up with a very compelling approach and basically replicate and compete against those tech giants together. And that is our strategy going forward, to find partners that are competing with those tech giants already, and together we will be stronger.